What I passionately believe in is you're not defined by any one particular element of your upbringing or your education or your background. I'm looking to hear from young people what it is that really needs to be focused on. Looking to hear from young people what needs to be taken to the United Nations. I guess I came to a time in my life back in 2010 where everything changed. So I'm here with Dan Ryan. Thanks for joining us. United Nations Youth Representative for Australia. Dan, how did you get the job? How did you get such a gig?
Yeah, it's a good question. I applied for it, was recommended for the role by a couple of people who were familiar with what it involved. And I'd seen the role in action for a couple of years.
And where do you see yourself having the biggest impact, in terms of representing young people in Australia? What do you hope to sort of learn and engage with?
Yeah, well, throughout the process of this role, I'm embark on what's called a listening tour. And that listening tour kicks off from this week when I head off from Alice Springs, weaving my way up through town camps to Darwin, and from then on right around Australia to every state and territory. And that listening tour is one that really empowers Australian young people. They have the opportunity to speak directly with someone who will represent their views to the United Nations.
Do you think that the youth voice is one that's underrepresented? You look at, I guess, national politics and these sort of things. Do you think that you don't quite hear enough about young people? Or?
Yeah, well, young people are the future. And I'm a strong believer that young people can influence really effective change now. And they're not only the leaders of tomorrow, they're the leaders of today.
In this role, obviously, you get to hear from a lot of young people, but how do you actually plan to empower them and, take that onto the UN, into a world stage?
Firstly, it's important that I adequately understand what it is that's important to them. And that's achieved, hopefully, as many people as possible face to face. I'm looking at over 6,000 people that I'm looking to engage face to face. I'm also very excited to talk about a website that we have underway to launch just later this week. And this website will be a platform that really seeks to engage young people in a place that they're experts, digital natives. We've got a platform here that with one click they can be sharing their opinions and views. It's designed in a way that they can identify what's working, solutions that are working in their local community, and put those onto a platform that can be shared across Australia. So we can see what we're already doing well and discuss that and perhaps learn and share the synergies that come from that. In addition to that, I'm acutely aware that there's many young people who feel like their issues don't yet have solutions. And they may find solutions there that have been acted on in another part of Australia, or they may instead want to engage me with what they believe needs to happen. And that's where the influence of this role can become really valuable. It's about communities getting together and going, hey, this is something we can achieve right here and now. We don't necessarily need government intervention to be, helping out our neighbour. And so through that process of them just jumping in, taking 5 minutes, putting the problem, what the solution is, where it's happening, the website, how it works, how it solves that problem, you can see on the front page of the website a map, and it's populating all of these solutions. And you can see what's being solved, and one state can learn from another, one community from another, one small country town from another. I'm looking to hear from young people what it is that really needs to be focused on. Looking to hear from young people what needs to be taken to the United Nations.
It's a role that lasts a year. This is something that I was very interested in. It's a role that lasts a year, but you've seen from some of the other people that have done it, it's a role that then leads into their rest of their life. Absolutely. What's your dream after this?
Oh, it's a really hard question to answer. And it's one that the role will provide a lot more clarity around. I love that feeling of being able to connect with people, make a difference, empower people, listen to them and really understand what it is that they need change for.